Alright guys, just want to do a quick Fundrise update. I got a email from them today saying introducing the Fundrise IPO. We're going to go through the email in a second here, but I was at work when I got this email, so I just skimmed it right away, and I honestly thought they were having an actual IPO where you can buy stock in a company because it becomes public. That's not what's happening here, so do not confuse the two. Let's go through the email to kind of explain what they are doing. So it says, we created Fundrise to make it simple and affordable for you to become a real estate investor. Now I want to introduce you to perhaps our most unique offering, the Fundrise IPO, or their internet public offering. So they go on, if you invest with other financial institutions, then you may know that they are usually owned by outside capital sources. Understanding this helps make sense of why they often change their investors or charge their investors such high fees, because ultimately they want to deliver bigger profits to their backers or their shareholders. This may be good for the company and for the people that own it, but it often means investors like you get the short end of stick. We didn't want to choose between providing better returns for our investors or better profits for our outside backers. That's why we decided to do something completely different and offer Fundrise investors the opportunity to also become owners of the company via the Fundrise IPO. So then they just have a Venn diagram there, investors, IPO investors, Fundrise owners. So through this first of its kind internet public offering, you can actually buy an ownership stake in Fundrise itself, uniquely aligning our long-term interests and helping ensure we maintain our low cost by design structure. It also means that if Fundrise succeeds, you will succeed too. So basically this email is an invitation to join this program. I've never heard of other companies doing this. Maybe some of you guys have. If you have, definitely let me know in the comments. I would like to learn more about it, but this is pretty much all I got from Fundrise. When I go to the actual website, it just gives me a gateway timeout. I'm not sure what's going on there, but from some research I've done, I know they offer like a bunch of visuals explaining more. So once that becomes available to me, I will share that with you guys. I'm not sure what the error is about right now, but basically what they're saying here is that you can buy ownership stake in their company. I'm assuming they're using a share structure, but this is only available to investors in their platform. Now, the requirements for this are you have to have a core value account and you have to be with them for I think a full quarter. So you'd have to have at least $1,000 and then spend like 3 months with them basically, and then they will invite you to this. Now, if you don't accept it, I have heard that they will come back around to you to invite you again. So if you ever get this email, you kind of want to really think about it when you get it, because they will pass you and move on to the next group of people. So I was able to get access to some FAQs about this. Basically what they're saying is the IPO is meant for a long-term illiquid investment, and with that their goal is to provide liquidity through a potential traditional IPO on the stock market. So basically you'd be buying in and having ownership of the company, and then if they do actually go public, you would already have an ownership in that company, which is actually pretty cool. Pretty much every IPO I have seen, especially of a good company like this, that first time that stock becomes available, it shoots up immediately. So you can basically sell your ownership stake and make a pretty big profit from a smaller investment. It's not always the case, but from what I have seen, for the most part, you can make quite a bit of money on the shares that you do hold as an owner in the company very quickly, or you can just hold on to them for long term. But again, with an actual IPO, this company, they're not saying it's necessarily going to happen. They're just saying that it could happen. So as far as how do you make money from this, the value is based on the value of the company over time. We believe the long-term market potential for Fundrise is substantial. Obviously, there's no guarantee here, but if you pull the trigger on this and start investing in this section of Fundrise and actually being a part owner, you're basically banking on the fact that Fundrise is going to continue to succeed and grow as a company and become worth more money. That is how you would make more money on it. Now, if you throw in the money here, they're basically saying it's illiquid, so you can't liquidate it whenever you want to and sell out of those shares essentially to gain a profit. You're basically just waiting for an actual IPO, which they are basically saying may or may not happen. Kind of annoying that they won't say that it is for sure going to happen, but they don't have a date. They're basically just saying it may or may not happen. So let's say the IPO never happens. these shares are pretty much useless to me. So again, that's kind of irritating that they aren't saying anything about whether or not there is or isn't one. Now, as for myself, I want to see more information on this when that becomes available. They did say in the original email that they will be giving me more information in the coming weeks. So as that comes available, I will definitely do another video, or at least put a message on Instagram. As everything sits right now and what I do know about this, I'd probably put a little bit of money into it, but until I have more information, I'm not willing to put a ton of money into it. Now, the idea of an actual IPO is kind of exciting, and having those shares before the public has access to it, but again, without more information, I really can't say too much about it. But yeah, that about wraps up the video. As you guys know, I do love this platform, so it'd be really interesting to have a little bit more inside information on that. So when that becomes available, I will definitely share it. If you guys are impatient, there are plenty of other videos out there of people talking about this, but like I said, when it becomes available to me, I will definitely do an update on it. If you guys aren't sure what Fundrise is, I do have a walkthrough video on them, and if you decide you want to invest in them today, there will be a link in the description. Basically, you'll just have your advisory fees waived for a short period of time. As you can see, it's not a whole lot of money, but a penny saved is a penny earned. So with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video.